Hello, my name is Lorianne Cercina, and I'm a U.S. business immigration attorney. Today, I will be discussing PERM Labor Certification as an alternative to the H-1B cap. As many of you are aware, there is an annual numerical limit, or cap, of 65,000 new H-1B visas each fiscal year. An additional 20,000 visas are available for beneficiaries with a U.S. master's degree or higher. This is a total of 85,000 new H-1B visas available each fiscal year. Every year, the USCIS receives more applications than there are available visa numbers. For fiscal year 2022, the USCIS received over 308 CAP registrations. And for fiscal year 2023, the USCIS received nearly 484,000 CAP registrations. The chances of being selected in the H-1B CAP lottery are now less than 30%. This is a huge dilemma for many foreign nationals trying to obtain and maintain work authorization in the U.S., and also for employers trying to retain and hire talent for their companies. So some employers are looking into alternatives to the H-1B cap since the chances of being selected in the lottery are so low. While there are a few alternatives to the H-1B cap, for today I will be focusing on obtaining U.S. permanent resident status through the PERM Labor Certification process. PERM is the first stage of an employment-based green card process. It is governed by the U.S. Department of Labor and is essentially a U.S. labor market test to ensure that U.S. workers are not being displaced by foreign workers. Once an employer has obtained a PERM certification for an employee, they can proceed with the second and third stages of the green card process, the I-140 petition and the I-45 application. Pursuing a PERM green card process is another way of obtaining work authorization in the U.S. The green card, or U.S. permanent resident card, can be used for employment with any employer in the U.S. Additionally, the beneficiary can submit Form I-765 and apply for an employment authorization document, or EAD card, along with their I-485 application. In terms of timing, it is possible to obtain an EAD card about 18 to 20 months after starting the PERM process. The PERM green card process is currently taking at least 2 to 3 years to get through from the moment you begin PERM to obtaining the actual green card or U.S. permanent resident card. There are 3 stages to the PERM green card process. The first stage is PERM, second stage is the I-140 petition, and the third and final stage is the I-45 application. The first stage PERM is currently taking about 18 to 20 months to complete based on current DOL processing times. The reason it takes so long is because the DOL takes about 6 to 8 months to issue prevailing wage determinations on the front end and about 9 months to adjudicate the ETA 9089 PERM application on the tail end. Recruitment will run after the prevailing wage determination is issued, and it normally takes 2 to 4 months to complete. Employers can file the PERM application as long as no qualified U.S. candidates or permanent residents are found. Please keep in mind that government processing times change constantly. It is possible that the DOL processing times could move faster or they could take longer. The timeline I've provided is an estimate based on current processing times as of March 2023. While we are discussing processing times, let's discuss employment-based or EB categories for PERM. EB2 and EB3 categories both require PERM recruitment. EB2 is a second preference employment-based visa that is typically reserved for positions that require an advanced degree or a bachelor's degree and at least 5 years of experience. EB3 is the third preference employment-based visa category for professional, skilled, and other workers. EB3 professional positions require at least a bachelor's degree. Skilled worker positions require at least 2 years of training experience or education. And the unskilled worker category is a catch-all for all other positions that require less than 2 years of training or experience. Once you know which EB category your case will fall under, you can better calculate how long it will take before you can file your I-485 application. The Immigration and Nationality Act sets the number of immigrant visas available each year. The U.S. Department of State issues a visa bulletin every month that specifies which green card applications can be filed and adjudicated. The beneficiary's priority date, in a sense, determines your place in the visa line. The priority date is the date that the PERM application was filed. To determine if the priority date is current, beneficiaries will need to reference their country of birth and EB category. Please note that the visa bulletin does not use country of citizenship, but rather the country of birth. Let's look at the latest visa bulletin for March 2023. The visa bulletin will include 2 charts of relevant dates for both the family and employment-based categories. There's the dates for filing chart and the final action dates chart. The date for filing chart represents the earliest date an applicant may be able to file Form I-45 for the last stage of the green card process. The final action date indicates the date when an immigrant visa is available and the pending I-45 application will finally be adjudicated and the green card will finally be issued. An individual's priority date must be earlier than the final action date or date for filing listed on the visa bulletin in order to obtain their green card or file the I-45 application. If you are born in India, please note that the visa wait times are 4 to 9 years longer than other countries. These individuals may not be able to file their I-45 or ED applications until their priority dates become current. As such, the PERM process may not be the most immediate solution for Chinese or Indian-born applicants to obtain U.S. work authorization. If you are born in a country that is not impacted by long visa wait times, then pursuing U.S. permanent resident status through the PERM Labor Certification process is a reasonable alternative to the H-1B visa. Applicants do not need to be physically in the U.S. nor employed by the petitioning employer to begin the PERM process. Applicants physically in the U.S. can apply for an adjustment of status. Applicants outside of the U.S. will need to attend a green card interview at a U.S. consulate before they are able to enter the U.S. as lawful permanent residents. The National Visa Center will schedule the green card interview with the consulate after the I-140 petition is approved. Wait times for green card interviews vary from consulate to consulate, so you will need to check the current visa wait times with your U.S. consulate. It can be several months after the I-140 is approved that you will be able to attend your green card interview. In summary, PERM is a good alternative to the H-1B visa, assuming you are able to wait about 2 to 3 years to obtain the green card, or at least file the I-45 application and obtain the EAD card so that you can continue to stay and work in the U.S. If you are considering the PERM application, here are a few things to keep in mind. 1. Make sure that the company and your position will exist throughout the entire green card process. As discussed, the process can take a few years to get through. If you do not have a valid offer of employment with the petitioning company at the time you are ready to adjust status, your green card application could be denied. 2. Significant changes to your proposed employment, such as job duties or worksite location, may require you to restart the PERM process. So it is important to consider potential changes to your employment at the start of the PERM process. 3. If your employer is unable to provide evidence of their financial ability to pay the offered salary, your I-140 petition may be denied, and you will not be able to file or adjudicate the I-45 application. 4. If your employer has layoffs in the same or similar position at the same worksite as your PERM position, then you may need to wait at least 6 months before filing your PERM application. 5. And lastly, each green card process is different, and a number of factors need to be considered when calculating how long it will take to get through this process. The amount of time it takes you to get through your process may be different than your friend or a coworker. I hope you found this presentation on the PERM green card process very helpful. If you have additional questions about the PERM process, please contact me. Thank you.